Alright, hello. A super quick video. I don't want this to be too long-winded. The dollar bill. Okay, the 5/9 date for the Hoover Dam in the dollar bill. I've mentioned it before. I think I've mentioned it in passing actually while looking at some other dates. And it's right here. It's right at the bottom of here. Okay, and we've got a 5/8 and a 5/9 to put things to just get straight to the point. Okay, with these leaves and berries here we've got a 5/8, and with these leaves and berries here we've got a 5/9. Okay, why is that important? Because when we fold the dollar bill with this fold marker across to this fold marker, we end up with George Washington's head being cut off basically, and we've got the dam that is formed, and the ruffles of the necktie thing form the water going over the what I believe is the Hoover Dam. Okay, so where do I want to? I want to show you this in a little more detail now, because this is not easy to. If you look at this dollar bill, let's zoom in on it. Hang on a minute. If you look at the dollar bill as it is now, it's not easy to see this. Okay. If we look at this side, okay, this is pretty easy to count up, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 leaves, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 berries. Okay, so that's a 58, not a problem. Okay, so that would be the 8th of May. Moving into over here, okay, moving into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 leaves, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 berries. But what there is here is there's an edge of something right here. I don't know if you can make that out, if this is way too blurry on my crap definition on my videos, but if you go and look, if you go to Wikipedia, you can just do what I'm doing, and you'll see that there's an edge here. Okay, and in order to know what that edge is, it looks like it could be the edge of a leaf, but how do we really know? What we need to do is we need to go to an earlier version of this and have a look at maybe a better version of it. Okay, just out of interest for those new people, I was just saying about those fold markers. Pretty much the top of the screen here, where this picture ends, where my cursor is, that's pretty much where you end up folding. Okay, and as you can see, that forms the top of the dam. Here's one side coming down the side of the valley, and here's the other side coming down the side of the valley to the bottom of the dam here. And notice where they've placed the O in dollar, which is the Vesica Pisces, which is at the bottom of the dam. So this represents the womb, and they've managed to get the O kind of in the middle there, and that's the place where we are born from. Okay, that's the place where we have to come out of, and that's pretty much what you end up with. Okay, these ruffles is the water coming over what would be the Hoover Dam, probably, maybe. Okay, now let's go to the other version of this so we can see this a bit better. Okay, so the older version of this, which is like an old silver certificate. Okay, now check it out, right? You'll see, if you get into this, you'll see that there's a lot of references to lamps. You know, we've just had across the US. You see, this is the lampshade. Okay, across the US, we've just had the street lamps turning purple. We've got a whole bunch of them down the road here in my local big town, and it's kind of annoying actually. But another reference to the lamppost. Okay, and this lamppost, you'll see there's references like in The Shining with lampshades all winky wonky, okay, and stuff like that, and lamps moved around in The Shining as well. And Lady Gaga's got some references in her 911 video to the lampshade as well. So I'm getting sidetracked here, but this is important. This lampshade thing is subtly put in the background of quite a few films, actually. There's some references to it in Back to the Future and Back to the Future. Actually, there is some reference to it in Back to the Future because they hang the line off the two lampshades, don't they? They hang the electrical line off the two lamps. Okay, so there's definitely a lot of references. I was thinking Ghostbusters too. There's these things pop up in that as well. So it's all over the place. But let's zoom in on this now so we can have a look right here. Okay. Oh boy. Come on, computer. Hold up. Just a little bit longer. Okay, let's come across. Now, you can see already this is a lot clearer image. And we can count up again, and we've got 8 leaves, and 5 berries here. But what we also have, just in this edge here, is we have the hint of a leaf. Okay, there is no outline to it, but what we kind of see, I think, are the kind of lateral veins, these kind of lateral veins tucked away down in here. But there's no hard edge or anything that we can determine that that's a leaf there. Okay, so we have 5/8 still here, and if we go to the other side now, what we actually have on this other side, which is pretty darn interesting, is we can count up again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 berries, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 leaves. Okay, but what we now see tucked in here is we actually see the edge and the tip of a leaf. Okay, so we are seeing the emergence of a leaf here. Okay, which is bringing our total number of leaves up to 9 leaves now. Okay, so we have the 5/9 reference right here. Okay, and this is the same pattern, this is the same image that is in the other dollar bill, in the modern dollar bill. Okay, that's important to know, that they've used this same part of the dollar bill. Okay, it's been repeated, and this explains why we have that hint of an edge in that other dollar bill. So that is in fact another leaf right here, and we can now count that as a leaf. So there's our 5/9. So that's pretty mental, really. I think, we go from the idea of a leaf here, the idea of a leaf, to manifestation here. Okay. What else do I want to say about it? I don't know. That was really it. I really wanted to come back and re-show you this before. I know I've shown it before, but I really wanted to come back and highlight it now with the 5/9 date, with the 9th of May coming up, which is the 129th day of the year. And if you remember on the other dollar, we had the last fold that I did was the tier fold, which is where this little angel here and this little angel here come across, and they sit next to one another like the 2 winged angels at the Hoover Dam. Okay, and what we ended up with is the T part of this H forming an I, and this A coming over and meeting up over here, and we ended up with TIA, which was in gematria 129. Okay, was our numbers that we could pick out of that. Actually, it'd be 291. But those were the numbers that we had, and we had the word tier form, TIA, and yeah, 5/9, the 129th day of the year, and that whole thing ties back into a table that I use for my decodes. If you're new, it's called the Chart of Lorraine, and if you go back through some of my old stuff, all this is explained. Okay, so super interesting. It's become very, very interesting, this dollar bill. I don't really have anything else to say. I caught a couple of clips, and I'm going to watch the film, and I may do a decode on it. I'm going to have a look at it. But Uncle Buck, here's Uncle Buck. Okay, and in the film with John Candy, Uncle Buck, he plays Uncle Buck. Uncle Buck has to deal with his niece that is a pain in the butt. Okay, and her name, I believe, in the film is Tia. Okay, Tia. So that's a film I'm gonna go check out. But here we are with the Buck and the Tia. Okay, I'm gonna leave it there for this one. Okay, there's nothing more that I really want to add into that. It's just a shorty to try just explain this 5/9, and it's right there, right at the dam, the day before and the day after. Could it be that simple? It might be that simple. I don't know. All right, catch on another one here soon. All right, cheers, bye.